Miami, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court for Sacramento, Rudy Gay is out there with Quincy. Then there's Bellinelli, then it's Silk, and it's Cousins in at the center. Kings were off to a hot start last year, but things certainly fell apart midway. A big factor in that was the messy firing of their coach, Mike Malone.
Yeah, really, that firing came out of nowhere to the fans and the players, and seemed odd to fire a coach that has been leading his team to good basketball.
And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Now here's Jamison. Clock at 6. Fader on the way. Miami grabs the miss.
And that's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
Yeah, I think in that case you've got to go elsewhere with the ball.
I mean, just beautiful.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
Hey, Greg, I love the fact he's always in.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Kings lead by 1. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter.
I was obsessed with the NBA.
What a great cut from Chris Paul. That's the kind of guy you can't help break. The love for his attitude and ability to be, in touch with that kid he once was. I know you played the same way. Chris Bosh is living the dream like you did and loving it.
That's a great point, Kevin. And I think most of the guys in the league feel that same way. I mean, they may not be able to say it or articulate it. As Chris does, but inside every NBA player is a kid who's still thrilled to wear the uniform and play the game they love.
Well, we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And for the Kings guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
I tell you what, defensively, they have been in tune with one another as intense as I've seen.
Yeah, nice job helping out on the rotations and drives, doing really good work at the defensive end.
Johnson is out there with Darrell Wright. Then it's Stoudemire. Then there's Richardson. And it's Champ in at the point. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Jamison with it. And so here's Sacramento. And the first half comes to a close.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
I would call that a competitive first half of action. A pretty close game for the Kings throughout the first quarter. And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
Okay, we have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball.
And former coach of the year, George Paul, making his way back into the league last season. Teams picked him up halfway through the year to kind of stabilize their coaching situation.
On the court for Sacramento, we got DeMarcus Cousins. Rudy Gay is out there with Quincy. Then it's Silk, and it's Bellinelli in at the 2 spot. And Miami has possession. It's a 1-point game. Champ the pass to Whiteside. Good ball movement here by Miami. Off target from outside.
Even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, as a coach, you can really ill afford to have those types of opportunities presented against your defense.
And it's Gay with the rebound. Here's the break. Outside, Jamison. And Silk gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. 6 seconds left in the third quarter. Right. From deep, Richardson, and released it in time, but it's off the... We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Kings lead by 3. Back after this from the American Thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Dang and Bosch, your small and power forwards. Champ out there with Dwayne Wade. And it's Whiteside in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group in the game for the Heat. Jamison drives in, and Champ gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Pass to Bellinelli. Jamison inside. Yeah.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But boy, that was a nice job.
The shot by Wade, wide open. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And he commits the intentional foul. So the first one drops. The tip-off, it's Miami. Now Sacramento starting 5. Quincy Acy out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Bellinelli. Then there's Rudy Gay. And it's Jamison in at the point. Dang gets a wide open look. No good from outside.
Rare you'll see him miss.
Yeah. Putting on a show for these people.
I cannot believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Are you kidding me?
I tell you what, Mama always said, if you got it, on it.
Let it fly. Let it fly.
Mama said that, huh? And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play.
It doesn't really matter who starts the break or how he runs the score. He seems to always be the one who finishes.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
Sacramento shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
Their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season.
Yeah, it's got to be concerned with all the missed shots here. Every team goes through. You just got to figure out a way to stay productive.
And the best way to do that when you're missing shots is to get to the foul line. Be aggressive, get to the foul line, and knock down some of those freebies and tide can turn for you.
One quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. It's Sacramento leading by 3. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. Welcome back, folks. Thank you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports as we get set to get going once again. Hey, during the break, players getting a chance to refuel and hydrate with some Gatorade as there is more basketball in store. And looking at what we've seen from Sacramento so far, guys, what do you think?
You know, it's been about how solid they've been offensively here, really tuned in with one another.
Good ball movement has paid off on the scoreboard.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court right now for the Kings, they got Silk. Rudy Gay is out there with Quincy Acy. Then there's Bellinelli, and it's Cousins in at the 5 down low. And there's the pass to Jamison. From deep three-point range.
And sometimes he can.
And so it's a close game.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. A pretty close game for the Kings throughout the first quarter. At the end of the period, they held a... And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. Dang and Bosch, your small and power forwards. Champ out there with Dwayne Wade. And it's Whiteside in at the 5 spot. That's the group in the game for the Heat. Now here's Jamison. Another miss by Jamison.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
Here's Wade. 6 on the shot clock. Bosch passes to Wade. Whiteside. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Here's Dang. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. This is his first free throw of the game.
Taking a look back at last year's numbers, he was about a 76% shooter.
That one drops. He ties it up.
You can tell that miss at the line might stick with him for a while. Always hurts to miss a chance to take the lead.
Jamison misses.
Give it up for your Heat Dancers.
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the 4th quarter. A terrific game so far. On offense, here are the Heat on the court for Sacramento. We've got Rudy Gay, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Quincy Ace. Then it's Silk, and it's Bellinelli in at the shooting guard. And that one's good.
He hasn't really done much on the offensive end, but he's worked within the team concept to help them get the lead. He's done some other things other than scoring to help his team get the lead here. No doubt about it. Wade has found the touch right now.
This is a huge possession.
And this is where all the hard work pays off. You have to be able to execute under pressure.
Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Jamison drives in. The layup missed.
And although he doesn't quite get the block, he does get the missed field goal attempt because of his ability to alter the shot.
Almost as effective as a block. I mean, made him completely change his release point, and I think that caused the miss. You know, they've got a foul to give here if they need it.
Yeah, definitely something to keep in mind for them right now.
This will tie it, and he hits the shot. But hang on, guys. Hold everything. The officials may review it here. And they're going back to have a look at that shot once again to see if the horn had really sounded before the ball left his hand. This certainly isn't over yet. They may get a second chance. Now, if it's overturned, we're going to need overtime. And the final call's been made. The original ruling was correct, and the game is over. The basket will not count.
Well, Kevin, they had to make sure he hadn't gotten it off, guys. I mean, he was just a fraction of a second late. Extremely close by a nanosecond.
And so the big win by Miami in a tight game. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as Clark, they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
Yep, and it might not be the way a coach would have drawn it up or wanted it to.
2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson.
It's a road game for the Kings, and they're facing an interconference matchup in today's game. The fans are making noise. At Quicken Loans Arena here in Cleveland for their Cavaliers. You're in for a treat as we bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burke. Got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the floor for Sacramento, we've got DeMarcus Cousins. Bellinelli is out there with Silk. Then there's Rudy Gay. And it's Incey, and it's a force swap.
And the Kings last season struggled with just about everybody. And the Eastern Conference was no different. Just couldn't get the wins they needed to keep pace in their conference.
Now here's Jamison. That's it. He found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a preview.
And it's Gay with the rebound.
I'm not even going to comment on that.
Neither am I. I mean, if you're going to attempt the buzzer beater, I guess I will comment. Make sure there's actually a buzzer to beat.
Here's Champ. No good. Nice D from Cousins.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Jamison against Thompson. That's good.
The offense, I mean, 3 of 4, a solid start for this game.
Cleveland's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And Love has it in the corner. And that one is stuck right through.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one hand tomahawk slam?
Now here's Gay. Here's Jamison. That 3 off the mark.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark.
Here's Bellinelli. And it's going to be 2 free throws. No contact on the shot.
And, you know, guys, Marco Bellinelli really hit his stride 2 seasons ago. He was way up across the board as a shooter and assist man. Even his rebounding had improved over his career averages. But then last year, he took a bit of a step back.
Talking about Bellinelli, he won the NBA three-point shootout back in 2014. Looked like he'd perfected his stroke. That gave him great confidence in every other part of his game.
And talent is one thing, but confidence truly does trump almost everything else. And he just didn't seem to have it last season. But he has that craftiness and high-level skill set to really bounce back this year and prove that he's the real deal. I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense. He's got the A game rolling tonight.
Offensive rebound. From deep. Jamison with the basket on the assist by Bellinelli. That's 7 points for Jamison.
Man, he's got a tremendous ability to knock it down from deep. I mean, that's a big-time triple.
No doubt that's a difficult shot. You're talking 3 or 4 feet beyond the arc.
The Kings leading. First quarter play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Cousins dishes to Jamison from deep three-point range from beyond the arc and then some. Jamison's got a couple of threes now in the first with the Kings. Irving passes to Champ. Back to Irving. Cavaliers champ. And it's Sacramento with the rebound.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
And Cousins kicks to Bellinelli. Stolen by Thompson. And the Cavaliers pushing it up now.
That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And it's one thing to get the steal, but to solve. Quickly turn it into a transition opportunity, even better.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first.
And last season was one where Tristan Thompson transitioned from a starter to a bench role. Didn't let the move bother him and still put up solid numbers off the bench.
A platoon swap here for Sacramento. And the basket by Collison.
That's far too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
3 of their last 5 makes come from beyond the arc. The defense has to react quicker.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
The players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. Staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
And the Cavaliers pushing it up now. And slam dunk by Shumpert.
That almost feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did.
And especially the fact that it now ties the game. The lead was about to be stretched out, and instead, it's back even.
And that one's good. 12 points for Jamison.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
It's like everybody is in a rhythm right now. Incredible stuff here early on.
Both teams playing downhill. You know, coaches say that all the time. You want to play downhill. Well, at some point, you think somebody's got to cool off in this one, right?
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And that was not a soft foul he had to get through, Greg. I mean, he had to really power that one up and in.
And J.R. Smith picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either, Greg. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
Jamison, no luck.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
No, it always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
There's the dish to Cauley-Stein. Got a piece of it. Fast break. Here we go. And here's Fry for Cook. He caught up with Kyrie Irving earlier, and he talked a little bit about expectations for himself and his teammates. Kyrie reminding us that it's not expectations the fans, the media, he and LeBron deal with, but also, perhaps the most demanding of all are the expectations they've got for each other.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, two guys who expect so much of themselves to start with, who naturally have a vision of how great the other guy should be. I mean, they're constantly trying to manage expectations while still demanding the best from each other.